Hello, welcome to today's video. We are working on our RCM Preparatory A piece. The name of this piece is Curious Cat. So for Curious Cat, we see that our tempo is 92 to 104 for the half note, so it's rather fast. So let's go ahead and take a look here to see what it is that we need to work on mostly for this piece. The first step would be to notice that we have a similar pattern in our rhythm that repeats throughout. So we have a two-note slur as it descends in the scale. From that two-note slur, remember that the second should be a little softer. Okay, so we can see here that as we continue in the piece, we're slowly getting softer. The rhythm continues throughout, and we're trying to play the difference between a two-note slur and the staccato. For a few notes, we do have a tenuto, which means remember to hold that note a little bit longer or a little bit heavier. Okay, so let's go ahead and review our fingering. We do not have the same fingering or hand placements throughout. We are changing. Okay, so always remember where to place either finger number 5 when it begins or finger number 1 where it begins, whether it's for the left or for the right. Okay, so let's go ahead and count very slowly. We're going to go ahead and play through as we say the note names. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, E, A, B, C, E, F, E, D, F, E, D, so that you can see that it repeats pretty much the same thing from the left hand to the right hand. And then we're going to start a little bit lower. G, A, B, D, G, A, B, D, E, D, C, E, D, C. So it's repetitive from left hand to right hand. Now a little bit lower and softer. F, G, A, C, F, G, A, C, E, F sharp, G, B, E, F sharp, G, G sharp, B, and then back to the regular part where we just started. A, B, E, C, E, A, B, C, E, A. So take a look there at measure number 14. Usually we had the two-note slur, but at measure number 14, there is no more two-note slur. We apply, for all 4 notes, the staccato as we have a ritardando. And the left hand comes over finger number 2 to play that A to complete the piece because it is an A minor. Okay, so remember that for the right hand and left hand, we do a small scale-like pattern for the first 3 notes, but then we always skip a third for the last 2. So remember, you're always going to have thirds there when you're doing the ascending. Okay, so remember that the 2-note slur, down, up, jump, jump, down, up, jump, jump. We want to have that bouncing motion for the staccato. And we want that staccato to be noticeably different from those tenutos. Notice those tenutos sound much heavier and longer than the staccato. Okay? So let's go ahead and play through one more time. Counting, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try not to hold those tenutos over to beat number 4. Only beat number 3. Beat number 4 has a rest. rest, rest, and softer. Now, because the dynamic contrast is rather subjective, usually, it can be also objective if we use a scientific tool. But since we're using our ears only, let's try to start off at the beginning at a nice, reasonable volume so that we have enough space to play softer and softer until we get to measure number 13 where it's pianissimo, subito. Subito means suddenly. Okay? And if you need a little bit of help to play softer, for those of you who have a full piano, use the left pedal to the left, not for the right foot, but for the left, which is the una corda pedal. And for my piano, as you can see, it brings the keyboard over. For some of you, it just may soften or dampen the keys a little bit more, so it sounds softer. Make sure it's very, very soft. Alrighty then, so please practice all of these steps several times until you're able to play at a nice, comfortable tempo. Something like that, okay? And we'll see you next time at lesson.